Well, here we are, a day late, but not a dollar short. Sit your podcast down. Yes. Oh man, we have McFly in the building, Reek in the building, G in the building.
La da 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 da.
Honestly, I just so
beating.
It was the verses was not a verses because Dipset did not show up. And it's funny in some of our comments, guys were like, but Dipset got hits, and I'm like, we said it, and I think we all agree. We said for them to have a shot, it was gonna have to be Cam heavy. By the third song, they were in solo Cam joints. I was like, you already too soon with this. Like, I just obviously, if you guys haven't seen it, Dipset they just didn't even need to show up. I knew they were gonna lose. Jada said this shit. He was like, "Oh, we can't lose to a nigga in leather pants." He was right. And I see it. And then Freaky Ziggy came out. I was like, oh no. This shit combined, y'all already lost. But initial thoughts, what did y'all think? I know what G thought. Reek, what did you think?
I think that it went exactly as we predicted.
Uh-huh.
We called for the L.O.X to win clearly. We said they were going to win clearly. It turned out to be that way. We said they had to go heavy Cam just to stay in there. They tried to go heavy Cam. It wasn't enough. Like L.O.X, you could tell they had a strategy. The stuff they was going to perform, the freestyles they were going to perform, like they did mixtape freestyles.
They really
and was
did.
Winning clear rounds. Like Dipset just did like the thing is with Dipset is like you just saw the chemistry was just off. Like mainly because like these niggas just started liking each other again like 2 years ago.
Yes, that's a fact.
And it showed.
It showed. Like they had no chemistry. You could tell they didn't know what songs they was gonna pick. L.O.X had a counter for everything. Like it was just bad. It was bad. Santana, I ain't got no girl songs. Oh, we don't?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Right, nigga.
Every girl song I said they played.
Yep.
In one round.
And had one round. And you know what's crazy? They had them ready as if they knew at some point it was gonna be like, y'all don't get no bitches though. Like they were ready for that line to drop. And then Joel's stupid ass was like, y'all don't do songs for ladies. He was like, what? We had to cut just for that comment. Here you go. Here's 5 Grammy songs.
They was prepared for everything. It was bad from the jump. Because when L.O.X came out with "Fuck You," and then Dipset was like, "I'm ready." I'm like, yeah, this is not going good.
Like, if Dipset would have went first, they had a better chance. But like, if they come out and they say, yo, fuck you, and you're just like, well, we're ready. I don't like that. That almost made it better. That's like if a fighter comes out and says, like, yo, I'm about to knock your ass out, and the fighter be like, yeah, I'm ready to get knocked out. Like, I don't so I'm confused. Like it was just, bruh, that made it worse. That made it. It was 2-0 after one song. It was 2-0 after one song. I was like,
I assume we're gonna go through round by round at some point. I assume
you can start there right now. You can go.
Well, let me give my overview because I tried to be unbiased, but when you come out there with a plan, when you got top 5 dead or alive out there, when you got Jada, I don't even know if he was drunk Jada, but when you got Jada emceeing the show, like he
ran the stage 100%.
He made sure it went the way the L.O.X wanted to go. On top of that, the connection they had with the DJ was 10 times better than what Dipset had. And then you had acapellas mixed in, you had instrumentals mixed in, you had real performance. When you could tell the L.O.X came and approached this like they would approach a concert. Like they came and approached this not like, well, what I saw somebody say, Dipset came like it was a celebration, L.O.X came like it was time to rap. You know?
Yes.
It was like that from the
100%.
jump. Styles
Yeah,
P, like the way Jim and Styles P was talking, the whole buildup, like we coming for a scrap.
Yeah. It was crazy because the way they were talking in the beginning before it started, which it took forever to start, I'm like, yo, they about to fight. Like,
right.
Like this about to be the first verses that gets canceled. Like the way they was talking. But that's what it is, man. I don't know why people, I'm just very confused why people didn't think this was the energy that was coming. It's not like the L.O.X hasn't been the same L.O.X since they came out.
Like forever?
Like how do you not, you can't come, and we're gonna go round by round, but you can't come with this type of energy versus the L.O.X unless you're gonna match the performance. And I actually think Dipset had a few songs that could match the performance, but they ain't know the words. So they had to let the track play. And then them trying to rap over the track without knowing the words just sounded bad. They're not in their, this format wasn't for their songs or their voices. Like it just, L.O.X got songs that they can scream at people and it sound right. Cam can't really get out there screaming at people because Cam's thing is he's a jokey joke, smooth rapper type of dude. He can't get out there and start trying to match the L.O.X energy. It just don't sound right.
I mean, okay. If you want to do it, let's do it. We can go song by song. We mentioned "Fuck You" and "Re Ready."
We forgot the intro. 10 L.O.X intro.
Intro facts.
Oh right.
DMX intro.
Right. That's right. When they came, I was like, yo. When they came out to that, first off, this okay. You're right. They came out to that intro, and if you're an X fan, you know the intro. That intro. Yeah. They came out to that. That just dum dum. Like came out to that, right. And it was like, all right. And then the fucking Dipset came out to nothing.
And they also came out at separate times.
Nothing. They staggered in leather pants and like just crazy ass outfits, but it was like no hoopla, nothing. It was just all right. And then they gave Jimmy the mic first. Bad idea. Not the first guy that should talk. Like kid, as much as you respect Styles and Sheik, they knew, all right, Kiss. This is probably your time. You got you have the deepest catalog. You know, you gonna quarterback this for us, right? They didn't know what they was doing over there. So that's something. It was 3-0. Before the song got played, before Fuck You got played, it was 3-0. It was 3-0
I knew it
already.
was over. I knew it was over when they set up that beach chair. Like, okay, y'all don't know this is a gunfight.
Right.
Y'all don't know what type of fight this is.
Oh man. Yeah. So
let's what I was thinking is let's go. We can go through the songs. I wanna be fair to Dipset. I want to give my performance review and then actual song review, because I think if you look at the playlist and you look at the actual songs, I think there's a difference between what happened at the performance. So I'll be fair to them.
That's fair. So I mean, we kick us off. I mean, well, we can go to 2. Fuck You and Re Ready. It was over. That was easy L.O.X.
Round 1 L.O.X.
Easy L.O.X.
Clear.
L.O.X.
They came out with Fuck You. That was their first song. Like, set the energy right. Over.
Right.
Over.
Set the tone. I started screaming in the house.
Dude, so serious. I had to
go.
I was so amped. I had to close the door to everybody to go upstairs. Go to bed. Everybody move. Can nobody hear me high like this? What was 2? They went with what was
before you get going, I do want to point out, because I know y'all had mentioned this in chat and I agree with y'all. How unorganized this was. This is how I want all my verses, okay? Yes. I want all my verses unorganized. I want mad niggas on stage. I want DJs yelling at niggas to get off stage, and I want this energy.
Yes.
It
That's
brought
what it
back
should
to the
be.
essence.
That's what it should be. It's supposed to be haphazard, not starting on time. Don't nobody know the format. Like it should be that. It should be like that the whole time. I was like, it's funny. At first, I was like, oh man, this thing started yet. And I'm just like, man, let me go get a drink real quick and just chill. Because this is how it should be. This is how it should be. So I was happy. You know, they went to MH. I'm happy. We technically outside for however much longer we outside for. But I was happy to see that for sure.
I'm surprised you ain't pull up because you in New York, right?
I was like this close. I was like, you know what? I may have to just pull up, man. If you know, just outside, just hearing it from the street. I mean, I may have to. I almost really did. If it would have been a Thursday or a Friday, I may have been down. I may have been down there, honestly.
All right, round two.
Round two.
Man from TV, from the L.O.X. You know, that's a hard one to beat. Dipset
Round two L.O.X.
Yep, Dipset came with crunk music.
They did. But like here's the thing though. Again, a song. One thing that they did this a couple of times. They kept trying to get like, when I say dip, you say set. Don't do that shit. What the fuck was that about?
Yeah,
that was dumb.
This wasn't that type of crowd.
I didn't understand.
Yeah, this is New York. You pull that in like Virginia. Pull that in Idaho. Pull that somewhere that's not.
I didn't. That shit bothered me, right? So there was that, and then like, and Jada spoke to this too. He was like, "Listen, yo, this is New York. This is the Mecca." He said, "Why they got the vocals in the background?"
Right.
He right, because it took away from Jim. But then when you had Jim rapping, he was fumbling over the words. I was like, "Oh no!" And Jada said it. He said he don't even know the words. I was like, again, even if you love crunk music, over Band for TV, which is
right.
That's hard.
Listen, when he had to speed it up, when Jim, I'm gonna call him Jomo. When Jomo had to speed it up in crunk music, and he couldn't do it, like he ain't know none of the words in that one.
Oh man, it was but y'all know the words, and I was just like, all right, bro.
Bad. It was also a genius move by the L.O.X. to play Band from TV before Cam played Band from TV.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. So that's
2-0 so far.
That's 2-0. That's 2-0.
Next round. I mean,
clear 2-0. 2-0.
Yo, yeah. Wait, so round 3 was niggas and started something?
Yeah.
You can't. Okay, you can't. Yo, I like Sucking It Now. I think that's a hard record.
Exactly.
But you can't bring it against that. You cannot.
That was a desperation. I don't think that was planned. I think that was a desperation. Like, yo, we're about to drown.
The only way you can do that is if you do it. And I was wondering they were going to do this. They kept playing it into Wayne verse, and Wayne verse was hard. If Wayne come out, okay,
that's your round. Yeah,
okay, that's your round. But you literally needed a trip from Wayne to win that over niggas.
I'll say this: obviously not possible because you know what I mean. But if D Block or if the L.O.X. they bring anybody from D Block out, it already wasn't a debate. But if they bring anybody other than those three out, I don't think there's anything that Dipset could have done, anybody they could have brought out that could have changed anything that's going on with the L.O.X.
I mean, that may be fair, actually.
Like the fact that the L.O.X. did this with just like freestyles and just them and Dip, they brought Freaky the hype man who was sweating out his gray sweatsuit.
That's
getting clowned by Kiss. Just getting like you can't let they already better than you lyrically, stage presence, like they got the heart of New York. They already gonna beat you there. They can't get you in the slick talk. You from Harlem. Y'all can't get out talked as well.
Right.
Because you can't get out gritty. You ain't go out gritty them. You ain't go out bar them. You ain't really got enough hits to out hit them. You can't get out talked to.
Right. You can't let them out joke you.
Yeah,
Like,
and that was the thing that they had too. That was the thing that I was like, if Cam come out talking slick, talking crazy, you might could get them on their back foot, and you know what I mean. You might could sneak some away. Jada exists.
Jada was like, "This is not happening."
All right, so we got that round with Lox.
Yeah,
Next round.
That's 3-0 already.
Okay. Now, next round for me personally, I'm going with the Lox.
Yes, I
But
hear that.
if I put these songs next to each other in my car, I'm
Dipset
going with
winning.
Santana Sound.
Yeah.
I had Santana Town that round.
I gave them that round because like I like Mighty D Block, but I mean Santana Sound that's hard. But I again, it's like even with that round, it's like it's a weak win because the performance, even when it was like Sheik setting something off, the performance is there. The bars is hard. Like it's hard to go against it. But like that was one of those songs I thought the Dipset play they get a win. And here's the thing: if it goes up against any of like the heat they had, it's not a win. So this was a good song to play it on. It was a good one for them.
But they had to pull it out to get them out the fire. Like they had to
I
pull
mean,
out 2 bombs to try to get themselves back in it early.
Yeah,
and it only got them one. That's the thing.
Right.
Like, it only got them
Santana
one.
Town is like something I'm saving. Suck it or
Yes.
not is something I'm saving. You know what I mean? Like
yes.
and if y'all remember, at this point, Jadakiss like, oh, y'all blew your load.
yeah,
He
like,
did.
it's like,
Yeah,
yo,
he did. Yeah, he did.
At this point, Jadakiss is well aware that they're digging in the bottom of the bag, trying to pull out the instant wins.
I mean, it's and you know also I was just thinking back to my notes here. I remember now. You can see in the background like Zeke and Jim trying to like clown how they move, and it was just like anything I can do to get off these bars that's smacking us in the face. Anything to not worry about the bars, about how the beat drop, like anything to get it off of that. That's when I felt like it was over. Well, no. The next song I thought it was over.
Well, on top of the fact that during the whole joint, Dipset was rapping all the Lox songs with him, while the Lox was over there game planning.
They were like,
Right.
"This is my shit." I was like, "Not helping you." Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we got a debatable. So this is a 2-1 as far as us three, because I went Lox, y'all went Dipset.
yeah.
Okay.
We 2-1 right now.
2-1. Okay.
So that's what 3. They're 3-1 overall right now. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, 3-1 with the intro.
Next one. This is when I knew it was over.
Yes.
Who Shot Your Freestyle?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is my take. This is when Dipset they had to try to pull everything out. They need
their best song. They need their best song.
They played 2 songs.
They did.
Yeah.
They did.
Get Them Girls, Live My Life, or whatever it's called.
The Ambition is joint. Yeah.
When they on the Ambition beat, it wasn't enough. And one thing, Kiss, when this dropped, as soon as Cam said the line, Jadakiss was like, "Yo, computers Putin, what the fuck?" I was like, for the mind, since I first heard that song, every time that line was on, I'm like, what the fuck is Cam talking about? Computers, I get the computers Putin.
When everybody does
what
their Cam impression, this is the bar that they go to first to get into their Cam impression.
Computers Putin or Oshkosh Bagash.
Right.
Or Golly, I'm Gully.
When he was beefing with 50 and 50.
Look at my galoshes.
Yeah. Computers Putin. Boobity bootin'.
Boobity booping. Yo, yeah. This is when I almost turned this shit off. I was
No,
this is over.
let's be
This is
fair.
over.
The song is hard.
I'm about to say, yeah. Let's be fair. The song go crazy.
It does.
I'm not denying that.
But the performance was bad, and when Jada said it, I was like, I'm happy somebody else said this shit. I was done. I was done at that point. I felt bad, but it was a wrap.
Then it only gets worse.
It does only get worse.
It only gets worse.
Yeah.
Although, so the next round, we got Lox that round.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Although the next round, I do like what Dipset put together. I don't think you can beat Reservoir Dogs, and I think so. Out of the two, so the L.O.X played Reservoir Dogs and Blood Pressure. Dipset played what?
Except I think I do kind of like the format they did. I think it was like you got 2 minutes to do a set, whatever. And then we got 2 minutes to do whatever.
Right.
For each round.
So I like those two. And then I actually like what Dipset put together. They did 357,
Pull It,
the Rock Joint, and then Pull It.
Yeah.
That was hard.
I like what they did there, but I don't think you can beat Reservoir Dogs.
You should. You know what? Yeah, you're not beating Reservoir Dogs. I think Cam should have did Pull It after Jadakiss Who Shot Your freestyle.
Yeah, I think that makes more sense.
Right, because now you say I got mixtape joint. I'm pulling out a mixtape joint. You pulling out a mixtape joint.
Mm-hmm.
But also, I mean, what got me, I mean, Reservoir Dogs is hard. Blood Pressure is one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Like ever. But here's the thing though. This is when the crowd showed you this was over. They were like, he's like, who the fuck y'all want? Everybody. Jadakiss. It's over. It's like clear cut. Like we noticed it's like they chanting for him. You're not even out the first quarter yet. They are chanting for Cuz. What do you have? You in the boxing match, you 2 rounds in, they chanting for the champ.
And with the other thing I would say that the L.O.X had over Dipset, everybody in the crowd, it felt like everybody in the crowd knew their verses.
Right. Yes, you could hear them. You can hear it.
You can hear them rapping their verses. So like Blood Pressure came on, it's like, yo, everybody's rapping the song.
Because every rapper in the crowd done freestyle to that.
Right.
Yo, facts. Nah, I think that's when it felt like Dipset started to realize, yo, man, they even hit like the hard shit. Like, there's some bombs left, and we are getting smoked.
Right. This is deep water.
What
Smoked.
y'all going there? What y'all going?
I'm still giving it to the L.O.X.
L.O.X. They weren't like Pull It in 357 hard. I like those, but it ain't Blood Pressure. It ain't Reservoir Dogs.
It's not. It's just not.
And it's almost like you leaving Cam out there by himself because, you know, obviously DMX ain't here, and those are like kind of like Cam's solo song. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like he's like, I gotta fight back.
Right. I mean, because you can't go too deep into the gym and Joel's bag, but so much because they hits are really good, but they're limited. They don't have that many, and they try. We'll get into that shit later. They try going into that like Skull Gang shit when they all broke up, but no one knew any of that shit. They were like, "The fuck is this?" Yeah, some real obscure fans are like, "Yo, that's my shit." I was just like, "Nah, this ain't it right here. You need to go back to something else. This shit ain't gonna work for you." So yeah, I'm still sticking with L.O.X on that.
Still sticking with L.O.X. Okay, next round. You know, I'm biased, but we got 24 Hours to Live.
Rap
verse the Dipset medley. Although I do like these songs in the Dipset medley. So they had G's Up, but they had Gang Money, Purple City Bird Gang. They had Harlem. A couple more, right? Harlem, yeah. They had a medley.
It just
yeah, the performance on this one
was bad. It was bad.
G's Up started out good. Harlem started out good. Bird Gang Money was all right. And then it was just that damn Purple City Bird Gang.
It's
like, yo, I don't even know that. Like, what song is that? I never even heard that shit.
It was a good try.
It just, again, I think they got we said they got away from the strategy. At least with Cam's bag, you had a chance. You were fighting back. They went to that shit. It was like, no.
And the thing is, it's just like,
no.
if I'm Dipset, like I'm going to a gym set, right? And it's like, those ain't the joints I'm playing in 2 minutes. Like G's Up, yeah, I probably played that because
right.
Everybody like G's Up.
Yeah.
But then it's like, you ain't play like What You're Drinking On. You ain't play like a couple of the other hard joints he got. And it's just like, Purple City Bird Gang ain't the one that you're gonna win. Like, you ain't play Rapping Time.
Like, I'd rather hear that too. That's
right.
Fair.
You know what I mean? Like, those would have been like tougher to beat. If you did like after they did 24 Hours to Live, and you come out with Rapping Time, then finish your set.
Right.
That's tougher to beat.
24 Hours to Live is arguably a classic, right? You can't.
Yes.
You gotta come harder than that.
Right.
Like, the thing is, like, and like we said, everybody is going to know the words to this song. Like, everybody in the crowd is going to be rapping this song. You got to come with some. I think you got to come with something that's equally to a hit, and everybody could rap along with. Like, because at this point, people just listening.
Got bad.
So we got L.O.X that one.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if it was the next round. I maybe right after that. I don't know. I forget the immediate song after. But again, talking about Kiss out talking niggas. At one point, he was like, he called Freaky Zeke. First, he called him the fat nigga from Drew Hill, just getting the check and sink it. Like, first he called him that. Then he said he out here dancing around like Paula Abdul. I lost it. I lost my shit. I laughed for like 10 minutes. I did not hear nothing else they said for 10 minutes. I was like, he did not just call this man Paula Abdul. I'm done. I have nothing else to say. L.O.X is over. It's over. They swept him. It was L.O.X and 4. Man. It was a wrap. It was a wrap.
They sleep on Kiss because he got the raspy voice and he chill, man. Kiss, he gets it in.
He clowned the shit out of him. I couldn't believe that shit. Oh man.
So what we got? Next? Chest to chest.
That was hard.
About it. This is a round that they could have snuck, but they chose to play about it.
Right. Yeah. Chest to chest free. I think L.O.X have better freestyles than chest to chest. They could have stole that round.
They could have snuck this. Instead, they chose to say about it for 2 minutes straight.
Mm-mm. Yeah, because they didn't even do like. I mean, at least bring out Percy.
He ain't showing up. If they couldn't get a Wayne, they wasn't gonna get the mogul.
You would have showed up for some rap snacks,
right? Romeo showed up for Bow Wow and Soulja Boy.
That's Romeo. All right, he is not his dad.
They both was on Growing Up Hip Hop.
They were, unfortunately.
Not above it.
Not above it. No, would not say that at all. But yeah, that was funny.
Yeah, we can sneak past that one because this next comes my favorite 2-round segment. One of my favorite 2-round segments. So L.O.X came out, Dope Money. I gave it to them.
As you should.
As you know me, I'm gonna do that. Dipset comes with Welcome to NYC. Good song.
Fire.
Very good.
I gave it to the L.O.X personally. So we got I was say what we got for this round before we get to the next round.
Wait, when he gave Welcome to New York City to I gave Dipset that round.
Okay.
I didn't, because in my recollection, when he hit that, Yo, Kiss came back with I got 100 guns, 100 clips, and I'm like,
whoa. That's what I'm getting at. That's what I'm getting at.
That's why I think I had the round, and then I heard that, and I'm like, I'd rather have that. So then it was like I took 1 point.
Okay. So then let's combine these two. That's what I was getting at when I here comes when I realized that the L.O.X is on a different level of game planning right now. This is when I realized that the L.O.X didn't just Dipset. It seemed like maybe they just played their playlist in the order that they gave it to their DJ. The L.O.X looked like they was mind reading a DJ. It was like, listen, if they do this, do this. If you do that, do that. Like they had a real game. They had a real huddle. You know, they had a real game plan with audibles.
They called one. I was like, damn. Ugh.
They definitely did. But that's how you're supposed to play. That's how you're supposed to do it, though. Like that's the essence of the verses. Like it ain't like, okay, I'm playing whatever it is I have on my list. Like, no, like you're supposed to be like, okay, you played that, I'm playing this. Like you got to stand in front of this beating.
Yeah, when he hit that, it was like, nah.
He took all the energy out because it was like, okay, because Dipset might have won that round like over Dope Money.
They may have.
Because I was like, okay, Welcome to New York City's better than Dope Money. And then Kiss was just like, yeah, we got a better song.
Yeah. And that's one of the few Jay songs I like. And y'all know how I feel about Jay. That's one of the few ones where I'm like,
I know. We know. We all
That's one of the
know.
few ones where I'm like, all right, Dipset got one.
Right.
And you know what? It's not even just that the rebuttal or whatever you want to call it he came back with, but and I keep stressing this, it's the performance. It's like Jada controlled the stage. I feel like, I don't know if he was doing it, but I felt like Jay was cutting their joint short. Like, I'm tired of hearing this. D-Block, let's go. L.O.X. Like it felt like Jada was the MC, the host, the DJ, the rapper.
He was everything. I mean, that's why he was the MVP. That's why he had to. You see, at the end, he had to do the Kobe look with the jacket. Like that's. I was like, yo, man. he was the dude. I was like, man.
My man Jada was like, and then like Cam trying to argue with Kiss to get his way, and Kiss not backing down, and Cam conceding to Kiss is when I'm like, all right, this is the L.O.X concert featuring Dipset.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. The thing was like Kiss, like technically he wasn't wrong. Like we let y'all do what y'all do. Let us, we wasn't talking during yours. We wasn't doing none of that during yours. Let us go and do ours.
Again, you can't be out talked if you're the Harlem nigga. You can't be out. That slick talk is supposed to be what you do.
Right.
It happened. And oh wait, it was either right before or after this. When Styles had a shout out to Max B.
Max B. It was during G's Up, after G's Up.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, oh, y'all got to bring out Max B?
Oh, man. That was funny, too. But I'm saying, but like, no. I think I gave him the round at first. And then, and here's the funny thing. I don't know if you saw this. They play, I got 100 guns, 100 clips. Guess who was in the crowd?
Fat Joe.
Fat Joe with the bag like I got 100 guns. I'm like, come on. It's not even fair at this point.
Perfect. Like
it's not even fair no more.
And then on top of that, like, and I think this was a throwaway because I think they could have just won with that and they threw Locked Up at the end of that.
Which was just like hard. You almost forgot he was on that. It was like, dude.
Yeah. Locked Up probably seemed like that was going to be their next round. It was like, nah, audible. We going to play this first. Then we going to do Locked Up.
Jada said the whole time, he said, I'm trying to tell y'all the fight is fixed. I'm like, yo, he ain't lying. Oh my goodness, the fight is fixed. Yeah, that was just talk about fighting. Talk about a counter punch. That kind of punch let them boys woozy, seeing stars. Ugh. What was it? I mean, yeah. So I'm saying that round was.
I'd be willing. Okay. So this is where I'll go back to like if you put the songs next to each other. So Dope Money versus Welcome to New York to NYC. I would be willing to say you could debate me on giving Dipset that round.
Yeah.
But Dipset that round. But I'm going. To me, I got the Lox undefeated right now. Okay, and I'm sticking with it. So
again, I'm telling you right now, I said at best they got 3 rounds. So if you said they got no rounds, I'm not mad about that.
No, like because every round you can't say like Dipset clearly won any round.
There was no round I feel you could say the ones that you could say they potentially won were close, real close. Like
you have to remove yourself from the night to believe they won. You have to become a person that looked at the list after the event, and you didn't see the performance.
We talked about that, just seeing the songs and thinking, oh, that's a banger, I don't remember what this is, I know that don't sound familiar. If you look at it like that, then sure, but like if you watched it,
but even then, like I played it in a car today. Dipset was still losing.
Yeah, I mean,
Lox was winning pretty clear to me, even when I'm playing the playlist.
If I'm looking at how I scored it, they only got potentially 3.
Right.
Potentially. Like I said, that was the best I could go. 2 or 3 rounds. And it was off of like the weaker. And in every one of those rounds too, I think I looked at the list and said, oh, they definitely had something harder than that they could have played. Like every single, I'm like, they gave you a break. Right. They were just trying to let you off the mat to keep
This is a round you could steal. Didn't steal it.
This is Mayweather catching the Paul kid. Come on, young fella, let's finish this out. Come on, young buck.
Get in this early. We got more money to make.
We got more money to make, all right. And then of course they announced at the end they going on tour, so they're just like, no, we can't completely destroy you. Gotta make this money, guys.
Right. So Dipset came back with Certified Gangsters to try to combat Locked Up in New York. I'm not giving them that.
I like it, but
I like Certified Gangsters, but
I like it, but it isn't enough.
Yeah, it's not enough on that one.
Yeah. Next round. Lox came with another freestyle. Dipset had to go into their hit bag, and they had to bring out "We Fly High."
Real hit bag.
I gave that round to Dipset.
I did not, and no debatable.
When did they do the freestyle, and didn't they go into All About the Benjamins? When did they do that one?
So that's next round.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you're gonna give them one, maybe this one, maybe. Although
I gave Ball in that one over the freestyle.
Because Ball, again, that's the song that they're supposed to win.
Yeah.
Like
that was going to be a round, so
that had to be a round, unless they play against something that's like just fire. Right, that was going to be a round. So,
but like it's almost like Lox kind of knew, like, okay, we'll give you a throwaway.
Yeah. So gracious of them. They could have just kept coming with heat and said, "Yo, you got to take it."
Right.
They gave you one, so we'll give them now. We'll say they got 2 now, maybe.
I got Lox on that one.
I know you do.
Yeah.
We know.
Next round, All About the Benjamins versus Dipset Anthem. This one was tough for me. I'm not gonna lie.
Here's why the Lox won that and won that handedly. And this pains me to say, because the Dipset Anthem is one of my favorite songs that they've done.
Right.
Period. Top 3. Like that shit is hard. Kiss does the verse, and he's like, "That's Diddy words. This is my words. I wrote that verse." In the comments, Diddy says,
"Yeah,
he wrote my verse. They didn't even need me." Game, set, match. What are we talking about? It is over because the only rebuttal you had was, "It wasn't you." And Diddy was like, "It was him.
It was him. He wrote it."
And we all knew, but for Diddy to go out and on clear proof, he wrote that. He said, "They didn't even need me. They killing y'all." Diddy's on board? Okay, nope.
Right.
Nope. That's one of those ones that Dipset Anthem 100% should be a dub. 100% should be a dub. But the way that transpired, and again, this is a common theme here. Joel's talking too much. You need to let
Joel, I would say Dipset Anthem round. He got his courage up. because like when you watch it, like he was in their face rapping his verse.
He was.
Yeah.
Real courage.
Yeah.
And then no.
Like this is my block now, all right? Kid, like he was rapping to him. He was rapping. And I think that's what got him going a little bit.
Then he got sunned.
Yeah. So what y'all think? I mean, I'm going all about the Benjamins. You ain't in. Don't even ask me what I'm going. Just I'm going Lox for the rest of it.
I told you, but off of everything that happened, I'm going Lox on the merit of the song. I mean, even that. I mean, All About the Benjamins is a bigger song.
All About the Benjamins is one of the greatest songs in hip hop history.
Right? I mean, it is. You don't think about it like that, but it really is.
But it's one of those like there's a few songs when the beat come on, you already know what it is. This is one of them.
Right. Dipset Amplers is up there, but it ain't.
It's the same. I'll put it up there.
Yeah.
I actually, this would be a round that if you hit me in a car, I would probably play Dipset Anthem before I play the Benjamins.
Yeah.
But in the context of the battle, it ain't work. It ain't work the way they thought it was.
The way it was again, the performance behind it, the back and forth, the little extra shit with Diddy being like, "Yo, he wrote it." Nah,
it's ugly.
Nah, that put it over the top for me. That put it. It was about neck and neck, and then it was just like, I gotta give it to All About the Benjamins. So that one I gave it a Lox.
Next round, Wild Out versus Killer Cam.
Wild Out.
We're not even talking about this.
Next round.
This is one more thing. This is another time when Joel's was like, "What y'all gonna play? What y'all gonna play?" I think he tried saying they gonna play something else. Y'all gonna play this? Y'all gonna play this? And he was like, "What?" He said, "Yo, Cam, call him back. Cam, call him back." And then this shit dropped. I'm like, okay, now you're back to stomping on these niggas' heads. This was an easy round. Easy round.
Kiss your ass goodbye. The way this came on, the way they came on with this, I thought it was over. I thought they was gonna stop the verses right here. I'm like, oh,
I think this was technically supposed to be the end.
Okay, because I'm like, yo, they're gonna stop the verses right here.
I think this was technically supposed to be the end because I think if you count it up, this is about 20 songs.
I got this at 15 or 14.
Did y'all notice when this came on? Even the crowd oohed. The beat dropped, and they were just like, "Oh!" I was like, "Yo, I've never heard that." That's wild.
Like, I thought it was over, man. I'm like, "Yo, they're done. Like they're gonna drop the mic and walk off the stage."
And it's funny.
No matter what Dipset play,
they have been talking shit the whole time. Like, yo, cause she talking shit. Say like, she wants you to do a song.
Right, where your
song? Where your song at? Hear my song, bitch. Blow. And it was just like,
And they forget like Mighty D Block is a Chic song.
They really forgot. Yeah. When he came out with this, I was like, oh man.
So they tried to counter that with what's the name? Salute and 848.
Nope.
No thanks.
I don't know. 848 is hard though. It is hard.
Not over Wild Out though. I mean, it is hard, but not over Wild Out.
Kiss your ass goodbye. Yeah, you know what?
848. I might play 848 before I play Kiss Your Ass.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I could give, in the context of not looking at the performance, I could give 848 this round. But when you combine the collective of what happened,
right? You gotta look at it, the totality of everything. 100%.
Yeah. And then then they kept it going.
Yeah.
With the felony freestyle or the felony joint.
Yeah.
They came back like why would you come back with this? I get that they're songs, right? And I mess with the songs, but you can't come back. You can't play Oh Boy and Hey Ma.
I
think
they should have started with them earlier when there was maybe the energy wasn't quite where it was. But I think
like as somebody that's been in music battles, like that was a move to change the tone. It's like because it's like Oh Boy is clearly a bigger song than Felony.
Yeah.
Yes, 100%.
Like it's not even close. So, and then it's like we're gonna do Hey Ma. It's like, okay, we're gonna try to make you get into a bag that we feel that we better than y'all.
And I mean, admittedly, that's debatable. But the problem is, in this kind of format, I think you go there earlier when the energy's a little less heightened, but potentially you do it. But you said something earlier, G. They don't. Like, I feel like a lot of these songs, they don't have songs you can like yell them and like the energy can be amped. It's got to be mellow. They weren't that. And then they went there, and it's like they just like Joel just stepped on a landmine. Like that's when the whole songs for chicks came out, and they had like 8 in the bag ready to go. I was just like, oh, man.
I called them all out. Like, you know, people, our subscribers, y'all listened to last episode, got called all the girls on the class. Said if they want to go there,
yes,
this is what they can play.
He did say it. Reek did say this.
We
This
named
was
literally all
said.
these. We named literally all these.
Yeah, nah.
So they went. So Dipset started talking crazy. Well, Joel started talking crazy.
He did.
And Jada looked at him like he's I can't say that word on YouTube, but Jada looked at him like he was crazy.
Right.
And then they proceeded to play.
We got Grammys. He got grams.
Like
grams. You hit your head on a rock.
He said he hit his. He kept saying it. He said he hit his. He bumped his head on a rock. He kept saying.
Like we don't have what we don't have. You don't know girls.
They came back with the medley.
The medley.
Ride or Die.
That's a hard start to medley.
Honey, Jenny from the block.
Jenny from the block. They jumped into the Mary bag, like I said they was gonna do.
Yep.
Family Affair. Chic again. Great song. Good Love. That's a good way to sneak that one in there without losing around, because like I think that loses around by itself. But if you sneak it in here with this,
like, it works.
This don't lose.
Like it's proven a fact. Like, how many you want to keep going? Do you want to keep going?
Knock yourself out, which I think Jay he ended that with an acapella, I believe.
Yeah.
Yes. That.
So
the skills on full display.
Matter of fact, what was even funnier to me, I think if I recall correctly, I might be wrong. I know at some point the L.O.X just start freestyling through the intro of Dipset songs. Like they just start rapping.
It was still going. I was just like, damn, son.
Yeah. So they came back. They tried to Summer with Miami. I like that song, man.
I do.
I think they should have played that with their medley, with their set before Summer Miami. It might have made it a little bit closer. Because
it's a better change to pace song.
Yeah. Because if you
agree
got
with that.
Yeah, Old Boy Hey Ma, and then Summer with Miami, like
because I don't think Felony Niggas should have got around. I mean, I gave it around, but I don't think it should have got around because I think they could have played literally anything else like that. They must have just did that.
Yeah, that
must just be their favorite. Yeah, I was gonna say that must be their favorite song to perform or something because like that ain't even really nothing that I would play.
Right, yeah, that wasn't be like. I mean, Styles had plenty of solo songs he could have played,
and it was there in a little bit,
right?
Ooh. So it was like okay, we trying to give you one.
Just at this point, it's like just leave, y'all. Just leave.
At this point, you can't win. Can you make it respectable? And no, the answer is no. You can't. You can try.
Yeah.
Oh. The
next round,
Summer Miami, it was
this is tough for me, man. This one was tough for me because I think, you know what? I think if Dipset came out with this early, I think they still lose, but I don't think they feel like they're just getting destroyed. Like I think they still feel like they're in it. So you know, Styles obviously came out with like the anthem, I Get High, Good Times, right? And then we had Santana and Murder. Now, I'm going with the L.O.X here, but I think if they play Santana and Murder at a different spot, we get a different reaction.
Yeah.
Yes. I just you know what it is? It's stage presence again. When he brings this song on, he got a full J ready It's just the whole mood changed. The vibe is right. I'm just like, hey, I took it to a smooth vibe. He gonna capitalize on a smooth vibe. By it was just, even though it's a better song, I'm like,
I think if he was gonna do that, they should have went mic check 1 2 1 2.
That would have been better.
Then Santana's Town.
Yes.
Because now your transition is a little bit.
Yes, I agree. Better. That would have been better. It'd have been like a primer for that. Yes,
right.
I agree. That would have been a better way to do that. But without it, it was kind of just like, again, on like I get your point, G. On paper, Santana should probably win that. But if you watch,
right, you watch
it doesn't win that.
It doesn't win that round.
It's still like they get it.
No.
Like,
they comfortable right now.
They real comfortable.
They real comfortable. Cam said this was his house.
He did say that.
They all in your refrigerator, Cam, right now.
Yo, dead ass.
and they ain't leaving you nothing.
Dead ass. I was like, he said, we home. Y'all go first. All right.
That was a terrible mistake.
That's what you think. Right, because a lot of these cases, if y'all had been going first, you had a better shot. But
right.
No.
They said, all right, we going first. I was like, okay.
Oh, my goodness. Yeah. It's at this point in the match, it's getting ugly. I mean, you just waiting for the other fighter to fall at this point. You waiting for him to fall.
I kind of this next round kind of got me. This is when I started waking the kids up, man. I started getting hype. Like they play all the X melody. So they played the World War III. Just the intro already had me like, they going there.
Right.
Yo, I was
like, they about to do that to him.
That's when you get the freaking. You turn the speakers up, you start shaking the house. Dum dum dum. Like
I thought World War III was coming on after Welcome to New York City for the counter.
Oh man, that would have been hard too. Oh man, it's funny. I was just listening to like half these songs. This is timeless. Like before this is even announced, I was just like I was in a locked bag, and I was just like, these is all hard.
That's where I stay. That's where I live, man.
It's a good place to be. I'll tell you right out. You're gonna scare your family and friends sometimes if they don't understand. Wife walk back, she be like, "The fuck is wrong with you?" I'm like, "Listen, go in the room. I don't need.
You don't understand.
It's a judgment-free zone right now."
You wasn't outside when he was out.
You wasn't.
So, I mean, Cam came back with a song that I think they should have pulled out earlier. Honestly, they came back with "Down and Out," and that's one of my favorite Cam songs.
Oh, I love "Down and Out." That's a really good song. I love that.
Good beat, good flow. I like everything about it. But
again,
you can't beat the X melody.
No, you can't. I mean, I think at this point they should have realized this. They needed a surprise something.
They needed
something. They needed if they'd have got. I think they could have pulled out. If they pull out Wayne, they pull out Kanye, shit, just anything, something.
Like Down and Out. He should have played Down and Out. Would have been a good song to change the tone up earlier.
Yeah, also true. At this point, I'm just like, I need violence. At this point in the night, I just need violence.
Like you played Down and Out after they just played Last Days with Big.
Yeah,
it's like
it's not gonna work.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
They it wouldn't have worked anyway though. They had full control. L.O.X had full control over that, man. They would have just been like, oh, hey, that's what you want? Okay, whatever. So then we get to I believe the last round. This is my personal favorite Jadakiss song. This is the song that I walked out to at my wedding.
By your side.
No, the champ is here, my nigga.
I'm done.
But yeah, so now you got the champions here. Made you look, go higher. Money, power, respect.
Money, power, respect. By your side.
That could have been his own round.
Right.
By your side.
Honestly,
and
you're not done. Come through.
When they hit
your hands up.
When they hit this, I was like, it's literally, you know how you watching the UFC and the black dude, he gotta jump on top to stop the fight in UFC. At this point, the L.O.X is just pummeling away, and dude is just doop doop doop. It's like somebody stop the fight. He's gonna die in the ring.
This is the round. Yo, this is what I could have played.
Yes. We are chilling now. You see what I still have left?
They was looking like, yo, you didn't even make us bring these out.
Right. This is literally to kick you while you were already knocked out.
With the feds in the DA.
I got footage of the game pressure replay. I got bitches in the club all over me. My ticket. He came out. I was like, I'm done. I'm done. I was like, at this
blackout.
Point, at this point, I am literally breaking my whole house.
Did blackout.
Dude, it's over. It was it got, I'm telling you, it was ugly before. It is borderline criminal now. It's like y'all are going to jail.
And then he said, you know what? We gonna make it.
We gonna make it.
It's
like, Cam, all right, now you go.
they play I really mean it. What? What? Y'all just trying to go home at this point.
Right.
Y'all just trying to go home.
I'm happy.
Cam was sitting there like, man, I was saving that one. Like, it's like,
I'm happy they really friends, because if they weren't, it'd have to be a fight at the end.
It would have to be a scrap.
It'd have to end in a fight. Somebody have to get stabbed in the leg or something, because this shit, it was
bad. It was ugly.
I can't remember a versus that was this clear. Like where like you don't even get a. It's not even like
when did Cam got booed at some point, right? Like
they got booed a couple of times.
Oh, I really mean it. Okay, yeah, okay.
That was even the only time, right? Oh man, that was embarrassing. He was like, yo. He said something to prime it up, and he kept acting like he was getting like stopped by like the DJ. The DJ kept talking to him, so he kept starting his bars over and over again. It was like 3 or 4 times, then he just like let it go, and I was just like, because we were on chat, and we're like, yo, they need a on the spot Cam freestyle now to say it is, and he tried it and he ain't have it. I was just like,
it was over. Him having I really mean it at the end of all of that is like playing spades and you just didn't use your aces, and now you're in the last books with the big joker.
Right.
Yeah. Right.
He catered to the.
You do your little, and he had the big still. Like,
right.
What are you doing with this? You could have already taken this, y'all.
Right. Like, why would you saving this?
He catered to. I don't know what he catered to, man. It seemed like they was trying to be fair and give everybody their shine, when he should have just fucking did what Jadakiss did and tried to take over. Like,
I mean, you look at it. You can't. We said it. You can't go into their bag, but so much they don't have enough.
Yeah.
Just on forget have enough. Like what you look at as hits. You just been out way longer. You have way more shit. So you and you have more like iconic like features. Like you got songs from Jay and shit. Like you have real heavy hitters you got to go with. So like I said, we knew it was gonna have to be Cam heavy for them to have a shot. And that even they went super Cam heavy, they weren't winning.
No,
but it would have been maybe 7 or 8 rounds. Even that seems kind of high, but maybe let's say 6 rounds instead of 3. But that was your best shot, and at least some of the ones you maybe lose are closer. But nah.
The problem is like when you really think about the performance, though, all of the L.O.X songs hit well with the crowd. Like even the freestyle, even felony niggas, and I'm gonna harp on that because that should not have won a round. Felony niggas, like he could have played Holiday Styles, Go Ahead. He could have did literally anything. He could have did the joint where he was rapping like he was rapping to his gun. Nobody believed me. He could have did that. He could have.
I love that song actually.
Right. He could have literally did anything. And he played felony niggas.
It's they made it seem. Go ahead.
The crazy thing, and the thing is, the bars are so hard on that honestly he could have just I don't even remember, but like doing that a cappella would get the crowd going crazy because you already know how Styles be rapping in the first place. Like in the first place, somebody dying, somebody getting murdered, like gangster shit is happening. You ain't got no choice but to like it, otherwise it's gonna happen to you. The nigga,
otherwise it's gonna happen to you. Yeah, that's fair.
Like, I don't know if Cam voice or the way Cam rap don't really like. Cam got a few songs that go like that. like that match that energy, in my opinion. But generally speaking, Cam is a laid back, chill rapper.
He is a laid back, chill rapper, and I think that hurts them. And he also, I mean, like, it felt like in watching them, these are two different sports. It was such a difference when how the presence, the bars, the confidence in the bars, how the bars hit, the energy behind them, the stage presence, like all of that is why. That's why something like Billion Niggas wins. That's why you believe that bar. It's like, yo, we giving you that New York, that Mecca hip hop, we hear type shit, and like, you know, it's funny. Kiss kept saying, he said, man, you niggas live in Miami. He felt like a Miami nigga that got off the boat and was like, yo, what's up? I'm here. Like, that's how it felt. Like he visited from Florida. That's how it felt. And it wasn't like, yo, you know, at the end of the night, Jada was going back to Yonkers. He was like, that's how it felt.
I'm going back home.
So like, you going to JFK to go to Miami tonight.
Right.
You know what the difference between us is.
I don't know if y'all saw on Twitter, but Jadakiss was like doing pull-ups and working out after the
he
joint.
Laughed.
Like,
he probably caught the subway home, bro. I'm telling you. This man walked the streets doing pull-ups and he hopped the train to go home. I'm just telling you, he kept saying it was just for New York. He meant that. He meant it with his whole heart. I'm like, nah, man. That was the difference, yo. The rapping, the craftsmanship behind kind of the presentation of this shit. Nah, man. It's different. It's different. Dipset should be happy. Because what Kiss just did, he got everybody amped for this tour they about to go on. I might go cop some tickets for the guy.
Yeah, I might have to come through.
That show is probably gonna be pretty nuts.
It's gonna be
I don't even care if they do the same set, to be honest with you.
Right.
Don't even matter.
Do it again.
Crazy.
Yeah, man. I mean, I knew what it was, man. It was easy.
I think
easy work.
You know what was cool too, and I think we always say this. I'm always happy to see there be an appreciation for real bars and appreciation for like this form of hip hop. I think that's the one cool thing about Verzuz. You see all of like the current artists who are like fans and like, yo, this shit's hard. Y'all remember this shit? Like, it's cool to see that. I feel like a lot of young artists or new artists are always just like, man, yo, fuck the old heads, whatever. It was cool to see this and see that there's still a value on that, because some of the shit out now, we always say this, like, it doesn't have the same impact. This is impact. You feel this shit. You see this shit.
Right. You actually get an idea of what impact looks like, because you can look at a lot of artists now, and I don't count Cole and Drake and all them, because I don't count them for this new era, because they kind of come from what we grew up listening to.
They had old heads.
Right.
They had old heads.
You look at this era, it's like how many of them could do a verses down the line, like where people actually rapping their verses. People actually know, you know, all their songs don't sound the same. They can go into different bags to play this, like, because most of the artists now sound so much alike. It's like, how you gonna do a verse? Like, how is Gunna and Young Thug gonna do a verse that sound just alike?
Yeah, the same beat.
Right, y'all music, right. Everything sounds the same. So it's like,
and niggas only gonna know the hooks in the first place. They can't say none of the lyrics.
Right. They can't recite your songs. I ain't really got no hooks. So, you know what I mean? It's just, and you could tell, like, they just don't, like, they don't have a kind of, like, Bone Thugs wanted to smoke with Migos. Migos just clearly ducked the smoke.
Yeah, Bone Thugs winning that.
Bone Thugs is winning that.
Clearly.
Not even close.
It's not.
After you play the 4 or 5 songs Migos may win with, it's gonna be like, what else, young guys? Yeah. What else, young brother? What else you got in the bag?
You know what though? I don't know. I actually think, now that I'm thinking about how, like, because I think Bone Thugs and lost their mind at some point, so they actually might not have it all together. And Migos might be able to sneak one out. Because now that I'm thinking about it, I think Bone Thugs is actually like, I think they tripping now.
I mean, they may.
Bone has Big Pac, 2 rounds. Not even getting to their songs. First of the month.
No. I mean, they play those songs. They're up 10-0. Right. I don't care how many songs they are. That's a 10-0. That's 10-0.
They start
right there.
10-0 run.
That's it.
Do they even like each other now?
I thought they had the same.
Like, there's so many. All you need is like 2 or 3 of them.
You don't need all of them.
That's
You don't
fair.
need all of them. Listen, you don't need all of them because Migos don't have enough. But it's just like
No.
the whole idea, like the young boys, like y'all running from the smoke because y'all know y'all can't compete.
Facts.
At the end of the day, it's like you're going to see the difference. Okay, the Bone might have a flow, but their songs still sound different, while all of yours sound the same.
Yep. Yeah. Yeah.
You know what's funny? When you see the dudes that be like, this is how you rap like the Migos, and they do that little TikTok shit, and you listen to the shit at the end, and you be like, yo, this actually sounds just like the
Exactly.
No,
like
that somebody can do that
hard.
shit. You're right. It's when you can see somebody do that shit, which probably it may even take them an hour to do it, but it seems fast enough. You're just like, why can somebody that's messing around to spoof you sound just like you almost instantly? That's probably not okay.
And it sounds like a good song.
Right. It doesn't sound stupid. It sounds like if this dropped today, y'all gonna be in there just like, yo, you hear this fire? No. What is this? That's saying something.
But I think that speaks well because I think a lot of people were saying that Dipset's songs they just didn't age well, man. Like despite the hits, I think they last, but like a lot of them songs, they just listen to it today. Yeah, it's like yo.
The era when they were not with Cam is just a lost era of music for them, for me at least. When they started doing the Skull Gang shit and all this, I was just like, this shit ain't it.
And that's what I'm surprised that Jim didn't do. Because that Bird Gang era when he had Max B and Stack Bundles and all that stuff, like he had songs. I think like if y'all go on mixtape, we could steal this round one of our mixtape joints with Stack Bundles or Max B. But
you said it though. Like I didn't hear like mic check 1 2 1 2. That went hard. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like I'm like if I would have played that earlier, just to change mic check and then like Santana's Town.
Yeah.
Like,
did they
you making this round well hard.
The joint on the Jewels got it. So they should have all the Jewels features. They should have found a way to put a medley on those. The Jewels got some crazy features. Like he got a bunch of Wayne features.
I'm about to say he has a Wayne bag. That's what I'm saying. Yeah. If you have Wayne, you have an option to go a couple places with him if you get him to come out for a track. I just think the Wayne bag would have been helpful. It was needed.
That I think he got a couple of Fab joints he could have put out too.
Yeah,
Fab freestyles like. Yeah, I don't know, man. I mean, I'm not gonna say I don't know. I knew.
I felt no. I look back at some of the, looking at the songs I knew they were gonna play. I knew just off the songs alone, I could not find 10 that I thought from Dipset that were unbeatable. I was going through and I found like 15 from the L.O.X off rip where I'm like, they're not beating this. And pretty much that shit came to fruition. And they didn't even play all the shit that I like. There was still shit they could have went into. I was just like, you mentioned a couple from Styles, obviously a couple from Jada. And I think they spanned too many eras. They was with Puff, they was with X. Like they got shit. They had too much in the bag. It's like this wasn't the group that y'all want to smoke with. This wasn't the group you want to smoke with.
Getting that vitamin D from the sun.
I think if they would have went against G Unit, it's closer. But G Unit had the same problem. The niggas like each other. So like it's hard to get if you had real G Unit like Yayo, Banks, 50, Buck, Game, then you have a really good shot. But them niggas hate each other. You can't just, as you've seen, you can't just get back together for a month or two and then go do the verses. Like, I need to get back and be cool for a year or two to have a shot. You can't beat that brotherhood on stage. The boys been cool forever.
They knew each other's verses. They like
rapping his verse as much as he know it.
Yeah, it was too much,
man. And I know y'all hating, but I still think after looking at this set list, I still think there are like 4 Chic songs that would get around.
I mean, honestly, I'm not even gonna tell you wrong no more. She was ready. He did enough hype. He has hard enough bars. Like, I think you're right. I think he probably could have got around it too. Honestly,
they're like, I'm looking at this list and I'm like, I would have played the Sheik song here just to flex.
You was up by like 30.
Right.
It was like you could have did whatever you wanted to do.
You could do your heat checks at this point. You're up
Right.
30.
Like, why not? Like, why not? Oh,
And
man.
like I'm looking at the list of Sheik songs I would play. The beats go hard enough where Sheik probably don't even got a rap. Just play the instrumental.
That's what they was hoping for. That's what Dipset was hoping for. They're hoping for enough of those beats to drop, but then they talked over them with the dumb, either the tandem, like, when I say Dip, you shut the fuck up. Let the beat drop. There's some shit when it hits, crunk music. When crunk music comes on,
right, let
that shit don't dip. Let that shit go. Let it ride. That is a hard ass beat. That era y'all had some of the most fire beats out. Let the beat play and know your fucking lyrics.
Right, know your lyrics.
To do. Oh man,
I hope they're watching. I know we want to end this, but I hope the world is watching. Whoever's doing another versus, I hope they're watching.
Man, it was exciting. It was good. I thoroughly enjoyed it. Even though Dipset got that ass beat, I thoroughly enjoyed this verse.
Yeah,
this was a good one.
They doing a concert. I would like to go.
Right. I am already like, all right, they're doing a concert. All right, let me see them tickets drop. I may have to cop a few. Take the wifey out and have her look at me like, what the fuck is wrong with you for 3 hours? Nah, she can't go. I get somebody else. She's not gonna understand. Understand this movement out here.
Like, damn, I haven't seen you wear Timbs and
wear them tonight. Yo, wait. He's like, it's 90 degrees. I'm wearing my Timbs. I ain't actually nothing.
With shorts.
You hear me? And I'm fitted. I ain't had a fitted on in forever. Right. I will have a fitted on tonight. You hear what I'm saying to you? Oh, Tim's with shorts.
And I'm getting a big t-shirt.
Big white t-shirt.
Big white tee.
The throwback. Oh man. All right. I guess we can we can move on. This is gonna be real fast.
Oh yeah, I know we want to move on, but I do want to just shout out Styles P the Ghost, because I feel like we were talking about Jada a lot. But I think y'all just need to know Styles P the Ghost.
No, I'll give you that. You know what? Styles had the energy that we needed.
Yeah. His
energy was essential. Him over there like fucking with Cam, like trying to take his shit.
I was about to say,
Yo, he came ready for war. And that's what I love to see. That was perfect. So no, I agree.
Styles is the friend that takes it too far, but you ain't gonna do nothing because you know he'll retaliate.
Yes.
Yep.
You can see on Cam's face like he was mad, but he was just like, "That's Styles. That's not that's not the one to flex on. I'm not gonna do that shit."
I would be down to see L.O.X on Family Feud.
Oh, that shit would be hilarious. That should be hilarious. They gotta go get Jay Hood. And one other person.
He's a liability.
Oh, hell yeah! But that's why you got to get him. He's gonna be funny as shit.
They need to go get Eve or something just to make it fair, man.
Eve would be nice. Even Swiss to that would be
round
a nice
it out. Round it out. Yep.
If you want to win, even Swiss. If you want to be funny,
they gotta get one of their Woo brothers, because you know they like a Woo block. They had a group together.
Oh,
get
man.
Ghostface.
That would be dope. The three of them with Ghost and just throw Hood in. You're gonna have some of the craziest answers ever. I am here for that. Yo, Family Feud, hit us up. We got a good idea. Hip hop edition. Family Feud. Start with the L.O.X. That should be perfect. That's what they should have did. Fuck a versus. They should have won on Family Feud to sell their differences. That would have been way better. Let Freaky finally talk a little bit and actually say some dumb shit. I'm all for it. Oh man, but big ups to the L.O.X. I'm really about to go find my Timbs and just start wearing them with my shorts for the rest of the summer. I think that's the move I'm on right now.
That's the energy.
So I guess
rapid fire. Yeah, rapid fire.
So real rapid fire. So DaBaby got canceled. Not going to why he got canceled. He said some stupid shit. Shouldn't have said it. Do y'all agree with him getting canceled from all of the festivals and shit? I think that's overkill a little bit, or do you think it's fucked up? Is what happens.
I think cancer culture is cancerous in the first place, like in general. So I don't think anybody should be like truly canceled. Like I just think it's like a buzzword, a buzz phrase, or whatever you want to call it. That people don't want to have the real conversations, so they just cancel people.
That's all. They wait for somebody to make a mistake, and then they try to penalize it for forever, and it doesn't work really, because there's a lot of people really don't care about that.
I saw a post, and I usually, I don't really usually agree with academics. I feel like he could be a cancer to the culture in a lot of respects. But he's got a platform, and occasionally, I guess he says things that aren't necessarily wrong. And this is one of those times. He says something to the effect of, a lot of these festivals speak on, they make these decisions as like a kind of morality call, right? We don't want to deal with anybody that is offensive or says things that are hurtful.
Oh yeah, I saw this. I know you're going with this.
So he says that. He says, yeah, say that. But like a lot of rappers that you promote and make money with, they talk about violence. They push murder. They talk about gang culture, drug use. They promote in some cases rape culture, misogyny. Like there's a lot of fucked up shit that some rappers kind of make their money on talking about. So he's like, it's interesting how that's okay, but this wasn't. And again, obviously, we're in a very PC culture, so you got to be careful what you say about anybody, any group, especially the LGBT group, which I guess we all kind of know that. But I mean, is there any merit to what he's saying? I kind of feel like there is some merit to it. Like I'll talk to some people and they're just like, no, it's different because he had this, kind of, just random rant that no one asked for, and it's a different scenario. But I think, again, I usually don't agree with him, but I think he's kind of right. Like, are you all about morality if you pitch these artists that talk about this other shit?
I don't think any of this even happened. So like, I don't know how accurate this is, but I was on YouTube University and I saw a video that kind of showed evidence that cancel culture only exists if you acknowledge it. And what they did is they took like the last like 13 people that supposedly got canceled, and they looked at their social media and they looked at how they responded to it. And the people that responded to the canceling got canceled. The people who ignored it continued about their day. Everybody forgot in the next couple of days, and they maintained whatever status they had. But it was the people that tried to fight it, the people that tried to like apologize and do all this stuff, that actually suffered. Like, and what they did is they looked at the losses, the followers, and brand deals that they lost and stuff like that. So interestingly enough, I'm wondering if that would have been the same case here if he had just kind of I don't know, maybe released a statement saying, hey, I'm working on myself, and just let it rock, and it didn't try to like fight it.
Yeah, I think he definitely stepped in it a little bit. I think you're right though. I think in most cases people have short attention spans. But I think the rant he had initially, then he apologized for that rant, then apologized again. It was like, and also I think it was convenient because he was apparently booked for like 100 festivals. And so when one dropped him, it was just like, oh, we should probably do it, or we'll be the one that didn't drop him. And then it was a domino effect of like, okay, these 4 did it. Why didn't Josh 6 do it? Are you not with this community now? Are you a gay? So I think it becomes like now we all have to drop you because then we'll be the one that didn't drop you. So
yeah, if he wasn't losing money, I don't think he would apologize or really care that much. But like you said, anybody that keeps addressing it or keeps talking about it and all this other stuff, like those ones end up being canceled. Like when you try to fight it instead of just ignoring, like they tried to cancel Michael Che.
They did.
And, I saw that.
And he seems unbothered.
Well, also, I think
he's a comedian too, so it's
comedians are different though. It's almost like that's almost like gold for them because you're trying to push buttons. So when you succeed, it's kind of just like I'm a comedian. That's what I do. You know what I mean? Like it's there's people who make a living being the most disgusting and insulting they can be. It's literally a lane for them. So I think it's a little different, but I mean, you know, other people have been canceled other comedians, so it's not like they can't happen. But I think that's a good point though. They just said ignore it. But whoever's in his team was like telling him, "Yo, you need to go apologize because we can't keep dropping."
We're losing a lot of money. Yeah.
Nobody like after the initial burst, like people think Twitter is bigger than it is. You got to realize Twitter, like when you look at the trending tweets and it says like 200K, like that's nothing when you really think about the grand scheme of things. Like, you know, and a lot of that, it doesn't even, a lot of them just be like 10K tweets and like they're giving the small minority so much power that it's insane.
Every time Smack has an event, it goes number one.
Right. We know how small the battle rap scene is.
Right.
Yes.
Like,
yes, we do.
Like they don't even get that many views. Like the tweets be they have more tweets than views on the videos. Like so yeah, I think he apologized himself into getting really canceled because honestly I forgot he did it until he kept apologizing and then people keep remembering and then people are like, well, maybe we should do something about this.
I mean, it's definitely definitely put it Kevin Hart. I just think it comes down to like, I mean, do your thing, say what you got to say, and then let it go. Because again, the attention spans are so fucking short. People are like, and I think, and that's why I look at like our generation and I guess the generation right after us. I can see why like our parents and grandparents were just like, what the fuck's with y'all? Because it's like we're so up in arms about some shit, but then it's fleeting. Whereas like that generation, that like the parents and grandparents in particular generation, they're like, yo, they fought through a lot of shit. And it was like, nah, it wasn't like we was cool with this the next day. Like, no, this was a problem for months and we all fought together. So they see us and it's just like, we're outraged about this. So I get that notion of feeling like, which I'm mad about now, because it's gonna be gone. It'll be over in a month. And they're just like, I don't know why you got so mad in the first place. So I get that. So I'm like, if you're a star, if you're DaBaby, you gotta just know, man. You said some dumb shit. You said some dumb shit. Don't keep chasing it with more and more dumb shit. Say your piece, or more importantly, like you said, you put out a statement. And in that statement address, I'm gonna talk to so and so people, and because I mean, what he did is no different than what the NFL does or what big corporations do. Some fucked up shit comes out. People want blood. They put out a statement. They partner with all these groups to make them look better, but in reality, they ain't doing shit different. And now everybody forgets about it.
Right.
Watching football, it's over. It's just they have billions of dollars and a whole machine behind it. He don't quite have that, but the concept's still the same.
He literally could have had the best cleanup ever. He could have put out a statement, did a song with Lil Nas X, and went about his day.
Right, yo, that would have been perfect. Statement. He goes and talks with a couple of LGBT groups and AIDS prevention groups, whatever. He gets a photo op. He reached out to Nas X. Yo, I want to do a song with you to kind of signify my what would you want to call it? Just my shift in views on this, whatever, and make it be the most over the top, whatever song you could think of. I mean, shit. As much as M used to talk shit about the LGBT community, and he did a song with Elton John, I'm like, bro, matter of fact, do a song with Elton John. Like, go ahead.
Do a song with Lil Nas X.
Do both with Elton on the hook. I'm like, go do it.
The crazy thing about that time. Yeah, the crazy thing about that time was like Eminem fans didn't even care.
No.
Right.
But
they felt like he felt. Like
it shows you the time, and they're just like, what? But he was like, all right, cool, I'm gonna do this just because. And it was just like, oh, it was the greatest collab ever. So
it was a good song though.
It was a good song. 100% good song. I ain't gonna lie.
I can't hate. I find myself saying that about Eminem's song. Like it's a good song. I don't listen to it no more, but it was a good song.
So random side note, it has become cool to say that like Eminem's not cool no more. That's become like a thing now. Just want to give a recap on my Eminem stances. He's still a top 10 for me.
You
But
struggle.
he's a struggle. It's you know what? It's struggling because now I'm like Jada over him. Like now I have to start putting people above
The
him.
music,
Jada's in my
Eminem's
top five.
music did not last.
Jada, honestly, I think Jada is officially in my top 5. I think officially I have changed. I gotta go back to my list. Jada is 100% top 5 in on my list now. I think that has happened, which means it may be falling down some. Although I don't think he's great. I just think I don't want to hear like a lot of his shit today. I can listen to all the Kiss's shit right now. And that to me is a big, but anyway, I want to go back to Kiss and all that. But yeah. But either way, like I said, DaBaby, just do a song with the nigga. Just
you'll be fine.
Be fine.
You'll be all right.
Be all right.
They'll get over it like they always do.
The media pushed them enough. He good.
I mean, they always do that shit. They're gonna beat you into the ground until you feel like shit, and then eventually they'll be like, "Oh, okay, well, we learned your lesson yet?" And then no, let this shit go. So there's something else floating around on the internet, which was just upsetting. I don't have much on it yet. This is brand new. But I know we were talking about earlier the Jaxson Hayes thing. If you guys don't know, he was detained by police, excessively tased. Now he's a big dude, center. He's 7 foot dude,
7 feet, yeah.
He's literally an inch off the ground. So he's on his stomach with 3 guys on him. So I don't know what he's about to do from that position. And it just tasing the shit out of him. And honestly, my issue here, and I don't want to be too long on this. Everyone says defund the police is such an awful, ugly word. And I get it, right? Defund the police is a scary thought, right? But when you see shit like this, it's like, what the fuck do you want me to think? Like, why is this shit like okay? Like, y'all need less something or more training or both. Because this shit is just insane.
Well, I think defund the police as a term makes me upset because it's very clear that the things that they're asking the police to do require more funding, though, or it requires a different allocation of the funding, like however you want to word it. But it doesn't require taking money away from them. The things that they're asking. Now we can argue whether or not the things that they're asking is what we need to do, but generally speaking, it's like a message that doesn't make a lot of sense the way they're speaking it.
I agree. It's just to make it, easy to say that's stupid, but in reality, you make a good point. It should be better training or more money put into this as opposed to this, like basic shit that makes sense. But yeah, I hear you.
But yeah, I don't know. Nothing. Does this surprise anybody anymore? I mean, like,
I think we're there. I think we're there where it's just not surprising. It's just
it hasn't been surprising in decades. Like it happens.
We just film it now.
You could look back, historically, it's been forever, so it's not really new.
Yeah, it seemed like he didn't even do anything. So I think at least the reports I read, they tried to search his house and maybe they didn't have the documentation, so he was trying to stop them. And I don't know like anything about the story. Like I don't know if he was under the influence or something. Like none of that stuff has really been released yet. But I know it has been released that they're are they not being charged for like excessive force or something like that?
I believe they are not at this point. Wait, no, I think they were. Oh, actually, I don't know.
Yeah, I think this came out again because I know this happened a while ago, maybe not a while ago, but this happened a little bit ago, and now it's coming back because I think they're being charged.
Well, they're being charged. I mean, that's good to know.
Yeah,
that is a good thing.
I just love how the LAPD is investigating itself. I think we have to. One thing I like to see from these types of situations is that we have to stop letting the oppressor investigate the oppression. Like, can we get like a third party, somebody who's gonna be scrutinized, who's not a part of the fucking blue wall, to look at this shit objectively? I feel like I never feel like you're gonna get a fair shake. It's always, and I think you hear all the time about, yeah, we're gonna we saw this and it was upsetting, and we're gonna look into it. And like, but when you say look into it as a police department, you mean a dude that you shoot golf with, or you broke bread with, or who plays softball with your daughter. You gonna go tell them, oh, yo, you fucked up, and you going to jail now? Are you gonna give evidence on your mans? Are you really gonna do that? I don't know if you are. I feel like if cops were so about justice, not about their boys, you'd have less of this shit than we do. So I think.
But how else are you gonna get away with it?
I mean, yeah, that's my point. That's exactly the point. You wouldn't be able to if you cared more about the job and actually, serving and protecting. You wouldn't want to be cool with somebody who does this kind of shit. It wouldn't even get to that point. The first time you see him doing some shit, it'd be, oh, we gonna stop this. And I'm sure we all know cops or have friends that are cops, whatever. I know a couple. They say, yo, shit happens all the time. And I'm just like, why the fuck don't you say something? And it's just like, yo, the blue wall. The fuck? I don't want no job like that. Just me personally. I don't want no job where it's just like, turn my head like somebody getting their ass beat because the blue wall says so. That shit sounds stupid to me. That's why we need other organizations that actually have authority to just be like, yo, you know what? This whole department, this whole shit is fucking done. We need new people in here ASAP. And I just don't know if we'll ever get that. Because again, that's not defund the police. That's give money to like police support type, institutions to better police the police. Like that's more money. It's not less money. It's more money, 100%.
Yeah, you need more checks and balances. You can't have the animals running the zoo.
But what we have now.
Police. So
that's exactly what we have now.
Gotta help people understand the narrative too, because you're giving the other side a lot of talking points when you say defund the police, and you don't really have your ducks in a row when you try to defend that argument.
I mean, you got to be specific in your language. I think we turn a lot of things into catchy slogans, and that's both sides, left and right. They turn that shit into catchy slogans, but be deliberate in what you're saying. We want a program that does this. Don't even give it a name. What is this program going to be? Because whatever name you give them is evil. Don't give them a name. Give them an explanation.
Can't change that.
I mean, yeah, but at least don't let it come from you. Don't make it. If they gonna name it something, then name it something. Don't call it critical race theory. Call it fucking learning history.
Facts.
Don't give it something different. It's called critical race theory. Well, that sounds big and scary. Don't call it that shit. That's stupid. Just say we're going to teach them history from all perspectives. Why would you do that? Because more than one kind of person was there. That seems pretty simple to me. There's nothing really to argue here. Because there's not.
Not wrong.
When you say critical race theory, it's like, no, it's wrong. And it's evil, and we hate it. And then they will hate it, and then they won't get done. So that's my 2 cents. But this has made me sad now. We talked about fucking blocks. Now I'm sad. Okay, fuck this. Next topic. We'll move on. Unless y'all got something else, we're gonna move on.
I got plenty, but it ain't the time for it.
You see, what do you got?
It ain't the time for it.
All right,
different episode.
All right, fair. We will end on some NBA stuff. Change the mood a little bit. NBA free agency. What do you guys think? What are your thoughts so far? I mean, a lot of interesting signings, a lot of overpaying of individuals.
You know what? This is the first, maybe not the first. This offseason, I think I'm willing to take bets. I think I'm going to put money down on like some of these takes that people are making. I think I'm willing to take the opposite side 100%, man.
What are some of the takes? What do you
these people? And I'm not saying the Lakers aren't going to be good, but these people that think they're just going to be the greatest team they ever seen in their life, I'm willing to take bets that this is not it.
They're old.
The Lakers' average age is like 39.
Listen, they're right. They're literally they're Uncle Drew. They're Uncle Drew movie. LeBron hopped in the van and went around to find his brothers.
Literally drove to Westbrook house.
Yeah, drove to Westbrook house, Carmelo's house. Like did a little road trip to find everybody. They're an old ass team.
The story of him and AD, as it was described, begging begging Brody to come to town was just like
and then the fact that they could do it.
Right.
Like this ain't like it wasn't like the GM came over. This is like LeBron and AD, like we want Westbrook. And then everybody was like, okay.
I don't see. I guess looking at some of their other signings, it made sense. I don't think you get the most out of Brody because I don't think they're gonna let him play like him, which is kind of why I'm like, Brody is I have the ball, you go move your ass, make cuts, get to your spot. Like I don't know if they want to do, and he gonna run. He get the board. He's bolting. Are you going to run with him? I don't know. He don't help your shooting issue. He's way better than Schroeder, but he still can't shoot worth a damn. So like not consistently. When he get hot, but
I don't know. I think I got a different take. I actually think Russell Westbrook will do fine. I think everybody else is going to struggle.
Well, I think he'll be fine if they, again, I'm still going if they let him do him. Will they let him play how he plays?
Like that's my thing.
I don't see how they his personality.
When have you ever seen LeBron let somebody else dominate the ball?
I feel like the last couple of years, I've seen it a lot where he definitely concedes. Now at that point, you're playing a 4v5, but he's definitely conceded the fact that he's not going to touch the ball. He does the James Harden thing where he just, all right, if the play ain't for me, if I don't got the ball, I'm gonna just stand up here and watch until I got to run back on defense.
I mean, according to Schroeder, he don't do it nearly enough.
All right,
that's from Schroeder. Bum ass Schroeder was like,
but that's Schroeder though.
Still, he's the point guard. LeBron has the ball, and it's like even he's played with Kyrie. Like you could name like Wade, all of them. Like he always has the ball. So with Westbrook, if he always has the ball, it's like you kind of render Westbrook useless because he's not an off the ball player. And
Tell me this though.
Shoot like that.
Let me think about this because I felt like Rondo always had the ball, so Rondo demanded that respect. You don't think Westbrook can get that same energy?
No, because I think he trusted Rondo's decision making more. But even then, Rondo didn't start.
That was what I was gonna say. Rondo didn't start, and it's one thing. Rondo has a certain kind of cachet. He's known as a cerebral player, and he's a starting point guard on a championship team. He was. So I think Bron respects hardware more than he's gonna respect Brody just being an athletic freak.
I just don't.
I think if you go beg him to come, you have to realize you got to be off the ball and actually be a threat off the ball. Well, I think that means that, but I don't know if LeBron is gonna like follow through with that. Is my point.
I don't disagree with y'all, but the thing is, this is quote unquote AD's team. Russell Westbrook benefits AD the most.
Won't allow it to be AD's team.
True, but I think there will be more sets run for AD. This is how I think you win. You run sets for AD, and then you play off of that. Like if you got Melo, you got all these other people that can get you a bucket. I don't know how y'all gonna play defense, but I think if you run sets for AD,
poorly,
regardless who it is, I think you do successful. You are successful. Now, will they do that? Probably not, because like you guys said, LeBron is probably going to do his LeBron thing and turbo cheese to the basket.
Cheese.
that's the only move LeBron has. We all know it.
But that's my thing. I think so let's take that approach. If this was a 2K team and we could control it, this team would be nasty as fuck. Right? It would be. I mean, also in that world, you're not worried about being old as fuck and getting hurt. So I mean, that also this is a great 2K team. This is a great theoretical team. Problem is, Bron, Marc Gasol, Howard, Anthony, Ariza.
Yeah.
These
Some of these niggas should not have re-signed.
Old.
They are old. Marc Gasol is literally a glacier.
Why did he resign?
These dudes are old, and then your best player. So let's say your best player for you to win, in my mind, I said this when they actually did win, AD has to go bananas. And he did. He showed up. AD has to be your best player. LeBron's going to probably edge in between like him and Westbrook. Westbrook maybe being your third best player. Ideally, that's how it should be, right? I don't know if I feel good enough that, number one, the health of the supporting cast will hold up. The health of AD will hold up.
Not 82 games.
I mean, and then if you take the approach that I think Brooklyn took, where it's like, oh, we'll get it right in the playoffs. We'll get it right in the playoffs. The big three had what, 4 fucking minutes played together or some shit.
Yeah, they play like less than 10 games together.
And then you get in there, and then somebody gets hurt. So now it's like you haven't even built up chemistry together. So now you gotta go and like just be, again, solo shooter. And you see motherfucking KD trying to do everything he can to beat a complete team by himself.
Right.
And look how well that worked out. So I mean, again, and credit to how amazing KD is. He almost did the shit. He almost really did. That's how good KD is. He was like, oh, you think you the man? No, I'm still the man out here, motherfucker. But he had some backup. Not much, Middleton got to shoot about 40%, right. But he did, and they fucking win. So there you go. I'm just saying, I think it's still, to me, Lakers, they've done something. I mean, Westbrook is definitely an improvement over Schroeder. But if he don't get to play how he wants to play, it won't fucking matter. It really won't. Not enough.
I don't think you can stop him from playing that way, though. You can't stop him from running a fast break. Yeah. You can't stop him from
running with him.
Right, but
I still don't think you stop him.
If he's 1-on-3 every time,
he's going.
Because that's the thing. Like, who's running with him? With this old ass team, who is going to be filling the lanes?
They got that young boy Horton.
So you go. So the break gonna be 2-on-3 with Horton and Russell against a random 3 every time. I'm not loving these odds.
Here's the thing, like I just hate LeBron fans. I hate them.
They hard to like. I get that
because, like, according to them, everybody they got rid of was trash, and then everybody they bring in, they thinking is just great. Like, I literally saw LeBron fans saying Malik Monk is going to drop 30 pieces.
They tripping.
Malik Monk averages like 10 points a game.
Should have kept Caruso, man.
It's just there's for this team to be good, the big three have to play a lot. Like a lot.
For this team to be good, they're gonna hope the other team misses their shots. Because
like they ain't gonna want to run, they ain't gonna want to play.
They're not getting on the floor. When the ball's on the ground, they're not diving for it.
No.
That's not their instinct.
Last time LeBron had a team like this was in Cleveland with D Wade and D Rose and Isaiah Thomas and Crowder and all those guys.
20 games in, he was complaining about the roster.
He got rid of them in like a month.
It was bad. It was
like
bad.
Because the thing is, none of them dudes care about the regular season like that.
And they didn't sign for that.
Right.
They signed for the opportunity to be playing in the finals.
Right.
That is it. That is it.
Like, you get to a certain point, guys that old, you don't pay them for the regular season.
No.
Yeah, it honestly would have just been better if they took a break, like they didn't. They just didn't sign with nobody for half the season, and then right before All-Star break, they called them up and signed for the team back then. It's almost better if they did that.
Right. Give them a half a season to get back into shape. And they hit their stride right around game 1, game 2 of the playoffs. Right around there. They're just all of a sudden ready to go. Yeah, I'm sure they are. It's weird, man.
I was waiting for them boys to call my boy Joe Johnson, man. Like, at this point.
I mean, why not? He can shoot. They need shooting desperately. Kent Bazemore and Malik Monk are apparently going to be the second coming of Steve Kerr and Ray Allen. Apparently, I don't know why. I guess they thought they're gonna come in there and just light it up.
40% 3-point shooter, man.
He was. I mean, that's what they need.
Yeah, it's different. It's different though when you're playing with LeBron.
Yeah, it's different when you standing in the corner.
Standing right, not in a rhythm.
Never in a
around
rhythm.
waiting for the ball.
Waiting.
Then everybody calls you trash because you're cold.
Yeah.
How come he's
You
not
gotta get
hitting
up.
it?
Better get up to 300 shots and warm up. In the pregame.
Outside of the Lakers geriatric squad, were there any surprise signings that you guys noticed?
I thought the Bulls were a surprise to me. I don't know how y'all feel about that, but the Bulls lineup is like it's kind of weird to me.
Weird. Real
Bulls lineup, yeah, that's another.
It's a poorly run franchise, man.
Yeah. The Bulls in Miami, they're both kind of weird to me. I don't know.
Pat done lost it. Yo, I don't know. Maybe that surprised me. But Pat, I mean, like, bro, what are you doing? What are you doing? Oh my goodness.
Pat could play for the Lakers.
He probably could.
He probably start. He probably get
stand in the quarter.
Right.
Oh man. So the Bulls got Lonzo. And who was they go and get in a signing trade? And they got somebody else.
Lonzo, DeRozan, Vukovic.
I don't know what they're trying to accomplish.
It's first of all, Chicago all the Midwest teams are just teams like you just don't want to go to. You don't want to watch them.
Right.
Like it's just this would make Mike. This is another reason why Michael Jordan is so great. Like he made people want to watch the Bulls. Nobody wants to watch the Bulls.
Yeah.
Even when they're good. Like it's something about Midwest. Like nobody want to watch the Pistons. Yeah. Nobody want to watch. Like even Milwaukee. Like we watching them in the finals and the playoffs because they're in the finals and the playoffs.
It was also pretty. I mean, these games were good, but like for the most part, it was boring TV.
Right.
It was.
Like, it just sucks. So I don't understand why Lonzo's like, yeah, I want to go to Chicago. Like,
yeah. I mean, you know what though? He's a clutch guy, I think, right?
He is.
And he got that contract that I don't think he deserves, but whatever.
I mean, it's funny that the word came out of what he was looking for. And the Pelicans were like, yeah, we're not paying that. And he, first day of free agency, sign and trade for that exact money. Yeah, that's well done, agent. Because he was like, we're going to get you this.
No, y'all hate all y'all want.
I'm not hating. I'm like, that's well done.
People are getting the bag that I'm like, you are ruining this franchise.
Yes.
By giving this dude the bag.
Yes.
They are single-handedly ruining the NBA by giving all these people this money. Like, yo.
Yeah, it's bad. When they do that, when they reconstruct that deal, owners are gonna be like, "Yep, yeah, we can't justify Duncan Robinson getting $80 million."
Yo,
after you already paid Lowry what 90 million?
Right.
Yo,
like how do you do that?
What?
Two dudes that can't guard a soul. Why would you do that?
But
I'm gonna give Jimmy the max over. Jimmy's A tier, but I mean, damn.
Let me defend it a little bit though. To be fair, and I know y'all have heard it. Everybody's hyping this new TV deal that's about to come, right? And everybody's anticipating the salary caps rate, kind of rising to the point where like they can pay all this money.
I mean, no.
It's still stupid.
It doesn't do it for me. It doesn't do it for me.
Yeah, some guys just like it's like okay, like come on, man.
I get it. $80
million.
I just think we always say like guys that do one thing, you can't pay them as like guys that do more than one.
Right. That's my thing. Yeah. Like you're especially like you shoot threes. If you're not making threes, what value do you bring to this team?
You literally have no value. None at all. If you aren't hitting at least 3 a game, you're useless. Useless. I hate to say it like that. You can't guard anyone. You can't defend. You can't hold. You can't. At least like for somebody like Lowry, he can kind of run a team. He kind of play a little bit of defense. He got the little.
And he's a champion.
And he's a champion. I can see that a little bit, but Duncan, no. And the both of them on the same team. I mean, Pat's really hoping that the bubble appearance in the finals was not a fluke. To double down like this, he's really hoping they turn some corner.
This year ain't so much of a fluke it was.
This ain't it. All them boys just played trash this last season, right?
They really did.
They sucked.
You see how Bam getting smacked in the Olympics, so.
Right?
Yeah, not a good look. But there, there is one team that I think made some amazing.
I'll be back. I'm about to get some water.
We got better.
I think
they were very smart.
I really like this movie I made. This one move in particular. I really
very frugal. Of course, we're talking about our New York Knicks here. I was very pleased. Very pleased. That's what they did. I didn't love how much they paid Fournier, but seeing what Duncan got paid, I was like, okay, I'll take Fournier over that. We re-signed their guys, which I liked. I liked that we kept Noel, Burks on reasonable deals. And then I got some incredible news. Incredible. Yeah, I'll say it's incredible. Kemba's coming home.
For the low. We got him for the low.
For the low. The BX kid returns. Yes, I am excited for that. So and we got D Rose back too.
Yeah, right. I actually I think this is good. As much as I hate, I looked at it on paper and I'm like, y'all didn't have a blockbuster, off season. No. But I think y'all have a real good opportunity to clean up Randall. And I think that was your problem. That was the gift and the curse. I think this is a really good opportunity to clean that up. Now, well, hopefully they can do that. The only other thing, and I think y'all already know this, but I think I talked to your coach about running y'all guys into the ground.
Tell me about it.
You might be all right, but I think you got some depth now.
I'm about to say we should be deep enough to where he shouldn't do that.
I think that
don't do it.
Having another point guard to finally not have to play Alfred fucking Payton heavy minutes. It almost made I almost cried. I was so relieved we could finally stop doing that dumb shit because he is not an NBA starting point guard. I'm sorry.
Absolutely not.
He is not at all. So to see that we finally did that, D-Rose can go back to being the sixth man and come off the bench and cook, which I think he likes being. I think that's perfect. We had to get the ball out of Randall's hands.
Please.
Because I think he can, I'll say I even think he can potentially be a number two. He cannot be the one. He cannot be the ball handler.
He's a
clutch situations.
Yeah. I think
he could be a two if you have him next to like a Giannis. Next to like a superstar. I think you can do it. I think you
don't do yourself like that. Don't do yourself like that.
I think it's
don't run any plays for him this season.
You can't
just let him figure it out. He's the type of player that he's a selfish player. He's gonna do it. He's gonna get his stats. Don't help him get his stats.
Right.
He's a stat guy. He's a stat guy.
You don't need to do that.
Let him get his stats.
The Hawks had him looking like goddamn Rain Man at the casino. Him trying to figure out what's going on.
It was bad. I think with Kemba, we have a better chance because we needed somebody who can create, and that's not really his bag. Off the dribble, off the pass, or like on a cutter or a mismatch, sure. But just top of the key create, no.
Because that's where we struggled a lot at especially in the playoffs when Derrick Rose went out. We struggled a lot to maintain keeping the offense flowing, somebody out there to keep making plays. Like now that we have 2 point guards that can do that.
What's quickly a two?
They play him a lot of times at the two.
He's more like they play him more off the ball.
He is a one technically, but he can play all ball because he can shoot. So you don't mind having him post up somewhere and chill for the pass.
And it's like he's not ready for that responsibility yet.
No. There's times I'll see him running it and it'll be like, yo, that's a great play. And then there'll be times he's like throwing the shit into the second row. And just
3 turnovers in a row.
The fuck are you doing? Like that was a bad move. So he's still a little green. I think a year I think shit being with Rose and Kemba will be real good for him. Because I think he will be the guy at some point, just not this.
I really like the kid. I like the Knicks. I like what y'all got going on. I really need to see it executed, but on paper, if y'all execute, I think if y'all let Kemba do him, like literally ignore Randall because he's gonna get his anyway.
Randall will luck into his.
Well, yeah, just ignore him. I'm telling you, just ignore him. And then like at this point, I don't know. Is RJ the dude? So who do you run plays for? Like obviously you can't just run plays for Kemba all game.
I think the way their approach to offseason, I think was their way of saying RJ is gonna have to be the man. I think they're gonna wait and see what they got out of Randall, what he does this year. But I think they know and they're like, okay, we think RJ is the guy because that's the guy they were like, we're not touching him in trades. So if Beal's potentially available and they're saying no RJ, they must think he's the guy. So run plays for him. I mean, I'm cool to see it. I know Reek's like, fuck that. But I'm like, you know what, shit. Maybe he is the guy. I feel like I worry about his shooting.
He is the first name I'm throwing in any trade.
I think if you can get a guy, if you can get a star, you know, younger than 26, 27, you do it. I can see them not wanting to go for.
I would do it for any star. RJ Barrett is doo-doo. He is not going to be what. Yo,
have you seen all the stats? He's the only guy. Like it'd be like him, like KD and Jordan, the only players to average this, and this the first 2 years. Like
because for one, he doesn't come out the game because Thibodeau doesn't take him out, and two, it's all volume scoring and shooting. Like it ain't like he's efficient. Randall was so bad, like we had to overlook RJ Barrett being terrible in the playoffs.
He wasn't gonna play, but he's younger though. I kind of expect a little more of that from him. He's the jitters and all that.
He couldn't outplay a Popovich.
I will say this: the way that boy was it Bogey? The way he was giving him buckets, I was like,
work.
Yo, RJ. I know you from Canada, and maybe it's just different up there.
Send him back up there to Canada.
I was like, you gotta get that man in the hands. At some point, get ejected. Get that man in the hands because he is sitting there just like, he hit a step backs, blow bys, he's shooting everything. Face. I was like, who you making him look like?
Doing everything. I'm surprised. It's like, man, forget RJ Barrett. I'm sick of looking like a Tuskegee Airman. I'm sitting there just tired of watching him play. Get him out of here. He's the first one. Look, anybody demand a trade and want to come to the Knicks, it's like, all right, we starting with RJ. What else you want?
The fan base is so split on RJ. I think he's solid. I think if you can get a Dame, Beal, who else they talk about? Those are the main two. If you can get Dame or Beal,
you get it's people really sitting there like, man, I don't know. What is there to think about?
My only thing is this: if you get rid of him for Dame, you don't have enough to win. And Dame 30, so you get him just to be a better team. But do you think Dame can really beat? Do you think if we have Dame, what we have now, that we have enough?
At this point, since we got Kemba and Rose, I'd rather have Beal. But I do think we have a better chance. I'm not saying we're a championship team, but we'll get out the first round. We might make it.
We had Beal. We're fucking beating Atlanta. We should have beat Atlanta. Right. We beat Atlanta because we fell apart and had no offense. If we had offense, it'd be different.
Right. You take RJ Barrett off of there and replace him with Beal. We beat Atlanta. We probably get this. We probably, and the way Philly was playing, we probably get out the second round too.
They beat them too. That's actually fair. It definitely gives you a puncher's chance. I think that makes sense. And honestly, maybe you never know. this wasn't the Bucks year, and they got there. It wasn't supposed to be the Bucks year.
Right.
So I mean, I guess that's fair. You never know. You play the games.
RJ Barrett.
I do think RJ Barrett.
So
I'm still talking about this shit.
Fuck out of here. All right, whatever. Hating ass.
I done walked away, got a drink, came back. Knicks talk.
Knicks talk is important.
Fuck out of here, man. D-block, nigga. Fuck Knicks.
That's fair.
They're Knicks fans.
Wait, they are Knicks fans.
That's true. That's true.
That was in our stadium. That shit that you just enjoyed so much.
Right.
Yeah.
That's
right.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Y'all got me.
Right.
Y'all got me.
Got to do it in the Mecca.
We want to give a prediction already. The way too early predictions. Final prediction. Who we got?
Nets, Lakers.
Gonna go Nets, Lakers. After all your shit about they're not gonna be the greatest team of all time.
No, they're not. They're gonna be trash. But they got Melo, and I respect Melo now.
I do respect Melo. Who do you got?
I have Nets.
You want to do a Reek? You want to do a Reek?
Phoenix.
Well, wait. So in the East you have you have Nets, Knicks.
I have in the East I have Nets.
He's trolling.
Versus Milwaukee, but in the championship I have Nets versus Phoenix.
You're trolling.
Nets and Phoenix.
He's trolling. He can't be real.
I don't trust the Lakers. They're old.
I don't trust him either, man. But I gotta believe Phoenix, so I can get these people these rings.
Phoenix can literally run them out of the gym.
But will they?
Right, but that depends on Monty Williams playing Chris Paul a little less than he needs to play. Because
you got fly.
When campaign is in, they run people out of the arena.
I think
you tell no lies.
I think it's the run on the international big. I think it's going to be Nets and Denver.
Okay, you bugging more than him. Yeah.
I wanted to say I wanted to go with Utah. I just don't believe they got enough besides the two main stars.
Utah plays too much stupid analytic basketball to win.
When I watched them play, and they were playing Phoenix, I forget. And they said they had like 14 shot attempts and 13 were threes.
Yeah.
I was like, you're not gonna win shit.
Right.
I want to believe, but this is the stupidest shit I think ever. Everybody just came down. Break it up. I was like, and it was crazy because they were only down by like 6. And I'm like, if y'all just did some other shit, you have Donovan. I'm like, get in the paint, my dude. He hit, I think it's when he hit 2 threes. And it was like feeling himself, and then he shot 3 more and missed them horribly. I was just like, no one on the court can check you at all. They are hoping and praying you keep shooting, and you keep obliging that shit. Please go to the basket. So I can't pick them. I honestly, I think Murray comes back, and he's healthy enough. I think they have enough. I think they're going to beat the Lakers. I really think they're going to beat the Lakers. I don't think the Lakers are going to be healthy. I think so. I think it's going to come down to that, and I don't think they're going to be healthy. And Jokic is going to give them old-ass centers problems. He's going to give Gasol or Howard problems. And I think that's going to be ultimately why they get to the finals. But they're not going to beat the Nets. The Nets should win the next 4 rings if they stay healthy.
They should, but they ain't.
Realistic, but they won't though. So I'll give them 2. I'll give them potentially 2, but they're not going to get more than that.
Yeah, I don't think the Lakers are going to stay healthy either.
That's why I'm picking against them.
I'm picking the Lakers, and I'm honestly, I'm banking on all the conspiracies y'all believe exist. And I think this is what I think. Okay, you ready? I think the NBA is going to try one more time to get LeBron one because they're struggling. And I think they haven't found the next guy yet. So they got to keep pushing LeBron for another year.
But the thing is,
they're going to somehow make it happen.
I think that they might start realizing that LeBron doesn't bring in numbers like that. The lowest rated finals have been when LeBron has been playing. The numbers were up this playoffs, and LeBron wasn't in it really. He's out in the first round. So
I agree with you, G. For some reason I don't think he brings in the numbers like that. I think that's true. But I agree with you. I think G, they want LeBron because if they want to keep it American, because you have your guy, you should be swinging things now for Giannis. The problem is Giannis is so different from how typical Americans are. He don't care about none of the other shit. He
like
don't want
regular
super
dude.
teams. He don't got 1,000 commercials. He's just like, yo, fuck all of that. I care about my family, my money, that's it. I'm trying to get him right, trying to win championships. I want to be in Cleveland. The NBA wants him desperately to want to leave fucking Cleveland. For all that small market bullshit they want, they would love him to force a trade to the Knicks or the Lakers or the Bulls. They have a big enough market, not because of the team, just because of the market. They would love that shit. The Celtics, him versus LeBron, Celtics Lakers old school rivalry. Like, they would love that shit, but they're not gonna do it. They're gonna go for LeBron, which makes sense. So they'll go for LeBron and keep it going. But I think they're trying to give maybe space to like Trae Young or somebody that come out at some point that's ready, but they're not ready yet.
I think they're gonna move on from LeBron. I think they are.
This season, they're moving on from LeBron?
Yes. Like, look, nobody watched LeBron in the bubble, and everybody was at home.
But it's different, though. The fans aren't there. The hoopla is not the same.
It's like they
people were mad about the social justice shit. So,
yeah, but I'm saying, like, it's proven, like, he doesn't carry the league like they think. So I think that they like the idea more. When you have parity, like the playoffs, you got a bunch of people hurt, and people still watch. Because you still had like, okay, it didn't feel like it's a foregone conclusion that this team was going to win.
It was that. I did feel like that. Like, I don't care what Jimmy was doing. I love Jimmy, but I'm just like, Jimmy and AD are both Jimmy, AD and LeBron both healthy. That's hard to beat. That's really hard to beat.
Like, the Miami Heat took them 6.
It did.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not sold on them like people are trying to say. Like, they won the bubble. They have 4 months off. Both of them like been hurt. AD's always hurt. LeBron been hurt 2 out of the last 3 years. Like, they're gonna be exciting to watch because of the Brody. You know what I mean? But it ain't like I'm sitting there like, all right, that they would just go and like beat the Nets, or they would beat like even like Philly because they struggled with Philly a lot last year because Embiid was destroying AD,
which makes sense.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like I don't like if you can match up with them. I don't sit there and think like, okay, the Lakers are just going to just steamroll their way to the finals. Like, LeBron he's old. The team is old.
He can't turn it on like he used to, and that goes for pretty much all of them. It's not like playoff mode activated. That button is broken.
Yeah, he tried that garbage with the first year of the Lakers.
And
playoff mode activated and proceeded to lose like the next 10 games.
Didn't shut it down.
No, I'm just kidding.
Right. Yeah, I'm joking. Then he faked his groin injury again. Fuck out of here.
I'll leave out one last thing. Have y'all watched Space Jam yet?
I watched it. LeBron was a little inspired by it. That's what he's trying to recreate.
Oh my goodness.
That's
a take.
So I'll be quick on this one, I swear. It was cool, I guess. I don't like when people are just like, it ain't for y'all because it's for the kid. Number one, if anyone's watched like PG movies or movies made for like kids and shit, 90% of the jokes aren't for kids. They wouldn't get them. Like, if you look at all the references that they made, what kid of appropriate age, like a PG age, or like 8, 9, 10, 11-year-old kid is watching Mad Max, Game of Thrones? Like, these are the references Why would they be watching that shit? What the hell going on at your household where your 10-year-old is watching all the shit that goes on HBO?
Right.
That shit don't make no goddamn sense to me. I don't want to hear that shit. So I can have an opinion on this shit, number one. But people will be out there like, oh, it's bullshit. Number two, I don't know, man. It felt like a lot of just LeBron greatness, which I mean, I get I get it, but it was kind of force fed, and I didn't love that. I mean, it wasn't a bad movie. LeBron also cannot act for shit. Let me just
not at all. But Jordan couldn't either.
But then you know what it was? I feel like they didn't let Jordan do but so much. Like they put Jordan out on like a golf course, which is what he normally does, right? Oh, then they had him like within 20 minutes, you saw Jordan at the Tunes gym shooting buckets. You know why? Because that's what he does, right? Put him in natural settings. I thought that made sense.
Sure.
But like I didn't hate it. I would have loved more of like a sequel that made sense as opposed to just a brand new story, but it was all right though. I wasn't mad about it.
I didn't mind it. My kids like it, so
yeah, it was good. It
wasn't bad.
If I was a kid, I would have liked it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, LeBron just need to stop with the whole. You gotta try harder. Like, shut up.
Yeah, he was going too hard.
I was like, are you really at home with your kids just saying that?
Right, like shut up.
Like, he's an asshole.
We've seen you with your kids. We know you ain't saying that.
I'm like, Mike, that's what I'm saying. Like, why are you painting this narrative like you're just a bad dad? Like, what? Yeah. That's the weirdest shit to want to prove somebody.
Like, what are you doing? Like your son was out smoking weed. Like we stop acting like you just some type of strict parent. Like get the hell out of here.
Right.
That shit was a funny. He even said it. He's like, yeah, I'm a bad father. Just like what?
Yeah, it's like man, Bugs Bunny's gonna make me a better dad at the end.
But what's crazy to me is though, like as much as this was a movie and this was like fake. This is how corny LeBron is.
Right. Like,
yo, that's it.
This is how corny LeBron is.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Like, yo, man, this shit is kind of tracks for him. It kind of tracks.
This is on brand. This is definitely on brand.
Like, I'm sitting there like, man, y'all gonna do this game or what? Like, man, we're down 1,002. Like,
yo, that had me tripping. Like, I'm watching it, and Erica, she's like, so we gonna just pretend that when it got to the end of the game, everything's just worth 1 or 2 points now. I was like, yo, everything had style before, and now it's no style. Right. I'm like, this is dumb. I said, well, I guess though it makes sense.
Right, Wile E. Coyote went on like 100-0 run by himself.
No, 1,000-0 run.
Wile E. Coyote got him back in the game.
I was like, he the real MVP.
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
He scored like 800 points.
Because if you ask me, I don't think anybody should have been able to beat Dame Time personally.
No,
just based on his powers,
based on what he can do. Lost. Just the granny just beat him because she wanted to. Right, he was off the bench. He didn't even start. They were just like, "Yo, go in there real quick, Dame Time." All right, I got you. I was like, that shit crazy. Dame Time.
I enjoyed it honestly. I mean, I wish there was more. I wish there was more Looney Tunes. LeBron probably had his little ego. He probably wanted to be in it more. But
you can't. I was like, at least with my MJ, you had a lot of Looney Tunes in there.
Yeah,
they were the stars of the movie. LeBron is like, I'm the star.
Right.
Forget Bugs.
Well, fuck that nigga Bugs Bunny. What? Right. I ain't hearing that. I liked it. I thought the references were cool to add into like. Oh, I didn't realize how much shit that they owned. I didn't realize how much shit that they really. I'm like, oh, okay.
The Michael B. Jordan bit was cool, although I thought it would have been better if it was the real Jordan. But whatever.
It was funny when they said I found Michael Jordan. I said I was like, yo, why should be Michael B. Jordan? She was like, nah, it was gonna be real Jordan, right? I was like, I don't know. And he walked in. I was just like, She's like, oh, you called it. She said, "Oh, that sucks."
I don't think Jordan wanted to be part of this. Honestly, I don't know what Jordan's deal is with the first Space Jam. I imagine he got some part of it. Like he would, maybe not because it's Disney, but I'm hoping. I think LeBron may have just owned part of it. He might have worked out the deal where he has like some type of ownership on it because he was just in it way too much for him to just be like an add-on, because Jordan, it seemed like they was just going to NBA players trying to get them to come.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It felt like I feel like he did a lot more acting, and there was a lot more focus on him. There weren't many scenes that didn't have him in it, which I just felt like, I don't know if that was like just their choice or his choice. I don't want to just assume it was his choice, but
you know what? I also think, and I know this is like a kid movie, but I also think I don't think he utilized the people like the other NBA players and the WNBA players that he had. Like, I don't think he utilized them enough.
they had one scene.
Right.
They had one like in the other one. I remember just they had multiple scenes of them doing shit. It was just, oh, your movie son did an app, and it was like, I mean, it was like a minute of like all of them real quick, and that was it. I was just like, okay,
yeah,
I guess that's what I wanted
with Algorithm Man or whatever his name was.
LG Rhythm, son.
Yeah.
That was kind of creative. I didn't mind that.
It wasn't.
Algae Rhythm.
It wasn't.
Mr. Algae Rhythm. It wasn't that creative, but it was whatever. It was cheesy. I mean, I expected it to be. I do admit that you shouldn't be but so critical of it, because I'm like, it is meant to be. I want to say it's a family movie. It's meant to be that
like,
enough people can get it, that it's entertaining to enough people, that you want to bring your kid, but you don't lose your mind from boredom. Like, it's supposed to be that.
It served its purpose.
Did what I had to do.
I agree.
If I need all these same people to go criticize and rate Coco Melon too. Like, if you go do all this kids movies, go rate a ball, go give me your Daddy Shark review. Go
I
give
ain't
me
watch
all
that
of
shit.
it.
I had to watch Frozen 2 again for the third fucking time. And I'll tell you right now,
man, you only on the third?
Luckily my daughter's just getting into that shit now. So she's not, we watched that and we watched Boss Baby, but she's not like put it on. She just like put whatever on. So we're not at the 18th time of watching the same shit yet. And hopefully we don't get there.
We at the part where the soundtrack goes on like the house speakers, like throughout the house.
Oh,
yeah, it's bad.
Oh, brother.
That's why I rep the L.O.X so hard. I need to balance all this energy that they bringing in with this aggressive energy.
You gotta have the L.O.X in one ear at all times. Like, you need to have like a fix of just a hard ass mix real quick. Put that shit in and get yourself right. Yeah, I ain't got that problem yet. My time is coming though, so we'll see. But is that all we got? Is that it?
Yep.
I think that is it.
It's a long one.
It was a long one, but it was needed. I mean, L.O.X. What we talking? You're right. It didn't change. It was L.O.X. the whole time.